All right, so the Warriors played the Charlotte Hornets. The Warriors got a big victory in what ended up being a pretty action-filled game. Jordan Poole, incredible in this game. He was the big story. He is the leading scorer by a lot. No Warrior had more than 20 points except for Jordan Poole. No Warrior had more than 15 points for that matter. And I think once in a while it's good to see a player not named Stephen Curry step up because he obviously is a great player, and it's good to see him maybe take it easy, take it like a low key game, and let someone else score a lot. And tonight that was Jordan Poole, and Gary Payton the second also had a really good game. Considering his playing time, I mean only 17 minutes, but 14 points for Gary Payton the second, and I think that's pretty good considering he's coming off the bench and not playing even half the amount of time that some of the starters are. Damian Lee also had a really good game off the bench with 15 points. And obviously they're playing a Hornets team that they lost to last year, in a very sad loss last year. I remember that. They hit a game winner over us. And then, tonight we won 114-92. I mean, very easy win for the Warriors, but it wasn't always easy. At the beginning of the game, we were down, to the Hornets. And then, fortunately, we played really good in the second quarter, which made up for the first quarter's a lot of missed shots in that quarter. So that was good. I think a common thing with the Warriors is they'll start out really slow and then they'll recover like along the way. Like the Warriors might be down 10 at the end of the first quarter, and you don't really have to worry because they're probably gonna come back. But yeah, pretty convincing win though. I mean, now the Warriors are 6-1, and the Warriors I think are showing why they're such a good team. Their defense is awesome. It's amazing to watch their defense. I mean, you're holding the Hornets to under 100 points. It just goes to show. I mean, you're playing a team that has playoff aspirations in the East. They're 5-3 coming into this, and now they're 5-4. So they played significantly more games than us, but yeah, they had a really good game from Miles Bridges. He had 32 points, so he was actually the game's leading scorer in this game. But you got to take into account that he actually played more minutes than Jordan Poole, and Jordan Poole was incredible. Jordan Poole, I've always had faith in how good he is. I remember when Jordan Poole was a rookie, I was talking about how good he was going to be in a couple years because he had so much potential as a guard, especially on a team where you have Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson to look up to. So the Warriors, that was a great pick for them, and he's panning out really well. But yeah, Kelly Oubre returned. I remember, talking about Kelly Oubre a lot because he's on the Hornets now. He returned. He didn't score any points though in 13 minutes, so I think that's a pretty good representation of why it's good we didn't keep him. But that's besides the point. Juan Toscano Anderson got some good playing time. He had some good defense, even though he didn't really score. And Nemanja Bjelica, 8 points for him. So, I mean, just looking at the stat sheet, like, the Warriors' offense with their bench is really good. And their starting lineup was great, too. But, it was very much Jordan Poole emphasized because he was playing very well, putting on a clinic in this game. The Warriors, shot from pretty good from three. They made 18 3-pointers. And it's just always good to beat a team like this. I mean, this is an Eastern Conference team. It was the first time we played an Eastern Conference team all season so far. We're gonna play the Pelicans, who are pretty terrible. I believe they have one of the worst records in the NBA. That'll be our next game, and then that'll be followed by the Rockets, who also have one of the worst records in the NBA. So I think the Warriors, definitely are on pace for a really good start to the year. If you don't already consider it really good with 6-1. We're tied for first in the West with the Jazz, so that's good. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention the Warriors debuted their new City Edition Moments mixtape jerseys, and those are great. The black ones, I talked about those in more detail, but those are great. And maybe it's a winning jersey. We'll see, but. Good win from the Warriors. Jordan Poole, I think this is a statement game from him. He was really good in the preseason. He digressed a little bit in the regular season, and now I think after this one, he looks really good. Shot from three, great, and he also had a lot of steals in this. Yeah, it's good to see Gary Payton the second too, because I think he's a guy that's like very underrated. He's not very much like talked about, but I think he has tons of potential. I think the sky's the limit for both of them. But yeah, that's going to do it. Anyways, 114-92, Warriors win, and they move to 6-1. So let me know your guys' thoughts. I'll see you guys later, and go Warriors.